An early pickup of the Brewmaster, a hero that's doing all right in this tournament, but a hero that is not seen in the first phase for any of the previous games of DreamLeague, was picked up by Xtreme before in a loss, and has always been drafted successfully with a range 4 position that is able to do damage, but none of those really apply here for Xtreme.
This game looks tough for the offlaners. They both got counterpicked pretty heavily, both in a double melee lane against ranged 5s with a pretty solid carry counterpick. I'd say the Tide is likely to get out of this better than the Panda. One, because he's Tide, and two, I think Ursa punishes him a little less than SF is going to punish that double melee lane.
Sure, especially since it's, you know, Nyx Assassin. The plan was always going to be him pulling waves anyway.
For sure.
So how much does the matchup really matter if that's the game plan to begin with?
We're going to beat on X over here. He kills the creep for the attack
Oh
speed.
god, it just gave him a bunch of attack speed. They're going crazy on him. Oh, one more hit. The blood grenade from across the screen from Yamich. It takes double blood grenades and a bunch of HP off of both Celery and Boom, but MOUZ get first blood.
Pretty nice gold injection for this Nyx Assassin. Get an early boots up in this game. Just go for another pull. Nice little wave blocking. They do get the wave block top, so XXS also going to get a lot here on at least the first few waves. FY going to pull, Yamich going to pull, double melee off lane Supreme.
If the lane is already pushing in, is there a point in pulling second wave?
Not always, but...
Because it was going to push in. It was like it went under tower, the creep equilibrium was pushing out to their favor.
Yeah, I think usually you don't do both, but you can do it just to block camps and like just pull it behind tower and then deny deny a half wave while the wave is still in good spot for Tide in front of his tower. X Nova is getting beat up, man.
Do you think X Nova learned a lesson off of that, by the way? Careful of the Hellbear death aura.
Well, he was denying it down. I think he would have denied it for the aura anyway.
Sure. So
maybe it's better to kill it to get the gold at least. This mid lane's going to be pretty nice for mid one. He's going to free farm here. He's going to eventually destroy NTS, kick him out, especially with the start 12-6 to 6-0. Looking rough for nothing to say right now. These lanes might be tough for XG in general, and I feel like a broken record because every game I watch this team, that is the position they put themselves in. Why do they do this? Some might ask. That's a good question.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting they drafted Warlock Brewmaster, which was picked up by, I believe, Gamer Legion did that, or perhaps sorry, MOUZ themselves did it. And they put Warlock in the lane with the Brewmaster against SF. But then they also had a Treant Protector, so they were like doubled up on protection for Brew versus SF.
I think the evasion and magic resist from the Brew can be kind of nice against the Shadow Fiend. And you do have kill threat on him in lane, especially with the level 6. Like, there are pressure points for Brew in this matchup. But ultimately, SF just outscales you and just chunks the pandas down. Especially level 25 SF, like if it goes to late game, I'm not going to be happy as Brew in this matchup almost no matter what. But I guess that's where this Breaker plus Golem plus Ursa with Abyssal are meant to kick in and just drive damage through SF BKB. And really make that scale a lot more difficult for Crystallis. I do think XG have nice late game answers to the Shadow Fiend here, but the mid game to me is all MOUZ. Their ball is way stronger, particularly with what's going to happen on mid lane. I just don't see this Tiny having any impact early here because he's going to be so far behind. And nobody can help it. You can't gank this Viper.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker's going to make a charge for it, but it would only be effective if mid one was like midway through a tower dive or something.
Bash.
Did get a little lucky on the bash, yeah. And it cleared out enough for nothing to say to get 2 CS.
Value right there, up to 10 double digits. He has as many last hits as the Viper has denies.
Means they're neck and neck. Fatal Bonds on the two of them here. 2 versus 3. Charge going out to the Viper with the Avalanche. There's going to be a lot of damage here. They'll finish him off. That is going to be a double kill for nothing to say.
That is unexpected. Just taking advantage of some of these bashes going into the Viper early. That's some decent spell power to this Spirit Breaker, and all of a sudden NTS, he's back. From losing this lane terribly, getting out denied horribly, to double kill.
Top net worth. Damn.
I don't think I've really seen early moves connect for XG in a while. That was unexpected on multiple levels.
Uh-oh. I'll get a little punishment for that one. Missed the toss back on the Viper.
That's okay. After those kills, he's chilling.
Yeah.
That salvaged that laning phase a lot for Xtreme Gaming. And I think they have to keep looking for some cheeky stuff like this with the breaker. I kind of like that FY is roaming. Like, you're not going to win top anyway. You can spam pulls up there, but it's a first pick Brewmaster against a Shadow Fiend. There's only so much you're going to do. I'd rather he look for maybe kills on this Tide with the Ursa chase down, like the kills on mid as we saw. Or if you're going to go top with the breaker, bring heroes through the gate and just gank the Shadow Fiend. Make this game more chaotic.
It is really funny watching the two different useless forward positions match up against each other. All right, so Celery's doing the same play here, where he's got a deniable creep to give the death row aura if there is a possibility that XXS is in swinging range.
This is a catapult wave too. You could just start laying into the tower.
Yeah, yeah.
A level 5 Shadow Fiend can definitely force heroes off the waves. With
Okay, move the creeps over, and it's going to be stopped by FY. Free bit of gold for him.
It's kind of value, getting the potato off of the field.
So all the things that we theorized, none of them happen.
Nothing's happening. People just farming, looking for the power rune. It'll be haste top. Strong rune. Guarded for the Viper. Has to take it though, no bottle.
Doesn't quite have his level 6. Nothing to say, he's too far back to really go, so this is likely to be a wasted haste rune. We see Boom operating on the Tranquil Boots. The tech is spreading. Okay, yeah, you're just immediately going to be Viper struck. Charging into this ball was ambitious.
I mean, he's trying to clear out some of these creeps and like catapult with the bonds going through, but that is not a play you can make right there.
Good glyph timing, that'll dodge.
Does end up killing the catapult. Maybe you can argue that's worth it strategically, though. Did he have to do that to accomplish that?
No,
probably not.
No, he didn't, because the toss pulled the creep wave as is. So
still charged on this Viper. TP in bottom.
He doesn't have Viper Strike to stop Ame, so Ame is going to eat him up real quick here. That is rough. MOUZ kind of getting outmaneuvered by Xtreme in the early
SF
game.
to try and secure this Wisdom Shrine. They do get both though. That's pretty big.
It's big if they hadn't lost like that double kill in the mid lane, right? Because they got so much experience off of that.
It kind of evens it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Rare that you're evened out after winning both shrines, but that is the case here with some nice kills off this breaker. And now you have Panda ult top. SF really gonna go back top here. He's gating in.
Oh, going into the Brewmaster level 6.
Yeah, this is dangerous. For Crystallis, he has no TP.
Yeah, he's just gonna have to run away, even if he doesn't die here. Like it's a whole lot of time where he's not doing anything, right? Runs through the lane, goes to gate, now runs out of the lane, not hitting any creeps. And when the tower pushes in, there's no way you're gonna be able to hit that. 8-minute power rune ends up being bottom invisibility.
House kind of getting outmaneuvered in this early game.
Yeah, they are.
Their heroes are fairly static, so this is one of the risks with these ball lineups is in the early or to early mid, you can get run around on the map, and that can be the strength of the Spirit Breaker connecting to plays.
Gonna need a stun. Okay,
wow,
he missed everything, but it kind of did its job. Forced the other two back.
Again, though, are you staying up here with this SF against Brutal threat?
Apparently with Ravage, they want to try. It's gonna be risky, though. XXS.
I don't know if I like this.
Yeah, this just kind of feels like you're forced to Ravage. Now you're forced to follow up stun. Requiem into that one if they can burst him down, but it's not looking good for it. He gets it off. Oh man, MOUZ. Now they're just gonna get crushed here. I think the SF is dead with the Fatal Bonds and an Avalanche on 2. Might just get another kill as Yamage is gonna be in some trouble. Got the toss to finish off the SF. Toss up in the air on the Viper. Out of here with the Tornado. Celery quick to disengage it with the Purge. Other than that, everybody's just going to disengage. Successful counter for Xtreme. Up to 1,000 net worth now.
He was on the magic resist stance from full HP, so you got to go through extra magic resist brew. On top of that, he has the extra status resist from Liquid Courage. So there's another 13% status resist going in there off your chain stunning with all this magic damage. I just felt like that was a kill then. was never going to happen before he gets ult off.
Yeah, don't forget his whole, the liquid curse lower 50%.
So that was kind of ambitious to go for that, and I feel like they were locked in once the Tide TP's up there. Boom's like, I gotta get something off this play. Again, you're just getting outmaneuvered in this game. You end up losing your SF, trying to fight into the strongest hero on the map. You might lose him again here. Very sneaky smoke
he's
onto the ward.
Dead. Golem gonna be dropped on him. They still have a charge.
Does have ice armor, so it makes it a little annoying here, but just overwhelming stun power. And all of a sudden, XG are just straight winning this early game handedly.
Despite being in the second group stage of the first place, I don't think any of their wins looked like this.
No, this is one of the faster games we've seen. Not that this is incredibly fast by any general metric, but for them, it's like, oh, damn. What the hell's going on in this one? So, taking advantage of the fact, again, that MOUZ's lineup is pretty slow here. It's not that easy for them to TP in and turn any of these plays, at least until the Viper has boots of travel. Then it goes up.
Celery's got to stop beating away these creeps to Tiny. He just keeps tossing him onto the weak, summon and kills it every time, and it's like 60 gold.
I think at this point, actually, are a really good position. I don't think they were supposed to win the early game this hard in terms of lanes and be this farmed. Like, they lost both Wisdom Shrines, but they're ahead in XP. That says a lot. They have a Midas Brew, who killed the enemy SF, took tower. This Tiny got out of a Viper lane. The Ursa's been free-farming this whole time. Is going to have Battle Fury soon. It's a very good Ursa game. That's the one pick I really liked in this draft is, like, good matchups against pretty much everybody here. Yeah, Viper's Viper, but there's not a lot stopping Ursa in this game. You're going to have items to do it.
And he is well on his way to a Battle Fury. I feel like Xtreme, another bump up. If they could just cruise through this area, nothing to say doesn't die, and he gets his Blink Dagger. Once he gets Blink Dagger, the world kind of opens up.
I agree. You don't have to force anything dumb right now. I think you can even just kind of play off Golem cooldowns.
Damn, look at Ame just swinging on the tower. He says, you're going to keep pulling creep waves behind the tower? Well, I'll take the tower.
Dude, he's so rich.
Battle Fury on the way.
That's a 12-minute Battle Fury.
Yeah.
Level 10, by the way, because he's just getting solo XP down here. Part of, like, the Nyx issue. We've seen this Nyx for MOUZ. I genuinely like Yamich's Nyx. I think it's crazy good, and he always finds a way back into the game. It always looks a little bleak, but then he finds a couple Vendetta kills, and then he has super high impact in the team fights with his like Blink Max Carapace build that I like more and more the more I see it.
Yep.
I just feel like occasionally you are going to end up in a game where you don't find those comeback kills. And I haven't seen it yet, but it can be really rough when it happens.
Got the stun onto the Tiny. That is rough. Fatal Bonds plus the Golem drop is going to do a lot of damage to mid one. They got to be a little careful with that. They should still be able to get the kill on the Tiny, but got to be careful. The Brewmaster's split. Fortunately, with the Chen heals, it keeps the Viper healthy. Boom. Shouldn't be a problem here. They're going to go after the Chen. Not a stun from Yamich, though. That was beautiful. Ame trying to get involved, but now they're being body blocked by Yamich, trying to stay in front of FY to keep mid one in range to hit the slows. Now he got his level 6, hits the Vendetta, got another kill off of it.
Nyx Assassin making those comeback plays. That's a wasted teamfight for XG. That's a Golem drop. That's a Panda ult. Brought Ame into the play. Get nothing out of it against this tanky Tidehunter on the front line. Oh, that's a big
that is a Fatal Bonds Avalanche toss that hits all 5 heroes.
Lord.
Now the stun goes out on Ame, but he already popped the Enrage. He gets the hits in to finish off one hero. A toss finishes off Celery. Chrysalis gets off a Requiem to save the 3 cores. But MOUZ just stumbled into that one. They won the initial fight.
Got the
charge is coming out. There's no way. They can't stop him. Maybe with the Gush, the ultimate's going to go out. FY, now the toss in. They got him.
I feel like we've seen this a couple times this event, where teams are just lazy in front of these towers against Warlock.
Yeah.
They just get Omega punished. That was a 4-man Bonds, I believe. He did not get all 5, but it was damn close.
Yeah, what happened? Like, did they not respect the death timers at all? It was just like...
He did get all 5. It's just the Tide has purged. Got a creep. That's just disgusting value. Like,
I mean, they don't have Ravage, even without like Fatal Bonds. I mean, say somehow the Fatal Bonds does. You're still lining up for a like 3 or 4-man Avalanche toss.
That's just like a brain off moment. It's one of those, oh, we want a team fight. They used all their spells. They're weak, guys. And then it's oh. Yeah, they're not that weak. We kind of gave that one to him.
Well, at least mid one's in high spirits. He's like, yeah, we really fucked that one up, guys.
I mean, I don't know if he's going to be laughing soon because Ame got a huge gold injection off that in a game where he was already well ahead.
Yeah, he's got Blink Dagger.
Like, what is this timing? He has he has the full Ursa kit plus Blink at 15 flat.
Yeah, he was 2 minutes ahead on the Battle Fury timing. Now he's going to be, I feel like his Blink Dagger timing is going to be even faster than 2 minutes ahead of time.
At the same time as Tiny gets it, basically, you know, it's like on top of an entire battle.
14 seconds than the patch fastest. Setting up on XXS here, but nothing to say. Has already made the counter rotation, caught them both. Tosses the supports together. Yamich is going to hit a stun on as many heroes as possible and make a run for it. Head for the hills, but both of them should die.
Caught in the wrong part of the map against the Spear Breaker. That's a death sentence. And man, this support duo got a lot more done than I thought it was going to get done in this game. I think some of that is MOUZ kind of giving it to him. Like 217, 027. I mean, that's 14 assists between them in the first laning stage of this game. It's ridiculous.
It starts with the double kill at the bottom river,
yeah,
right?
that was
like both of these are very experience-dependent supports. Warlock even more so because he's got the Tome.
If they
where
didn't get
those early
kills,
kills give him experience on top of experience.
Yeah, it gave him the Grimoire, which gives you the Golem kill for the fight top. Everything snowballed for Xtreme off that play, and they lost Wisdom Shrine. So if they don't get that, they were absolutely screwed in this game.
Yamich is going to actually come inside the pit. Oh, God! Oh, man, this is scary. He gets off the enrage. He gets the Aegis. Everything is safe. The Ravage is going to go off, but at least he's got this extra life. He's going to fight Boom until the death. There he goes. FY still stuck in the pit as well, in some trouble. On the second life, though, Ame, what are you going to do? Are you going to fight or are you going to run? He's going to make a run. Primal Split trying to disengage. Now, Ame wants to come back in. Hits by the stun. Remember, you don't have enrage anymore. Uh-oh, hit by the Requiem. Slowed down. Not enough hits from the Viper. Not enough follow-up from the rest of MOUZ. He will manage to get away without dying. That could have been a disaster for Xtreme, my lord.
That is very close to being a disaster with double stuns going through on everybody. Blows through your Aegis. Actually don't really get a lot out of that other than taking Roche early, which will put the other one on that side of the map, which is nice for them.
Sure.
Issue is that's a level 1 Brew ult. He doesn't have Ags yet, and he's a level 11. So it's just not impactful in that fight. The pipe was done for the Tide. MOUZ are way stronger in that group up with Mech Pipe. Still looking for some charge plays here, which you can always do. That was a very scary fight for XG. I think they're lucky to get out of that the way they did.
Yeah. No, if Ame doesn't get that Aegis, it's given to somebody on MOUZ. Say Yamich is able to snatch it away or something. They kill Ame early. Probably run down more heroes more aggressively.
This MOUZ's timing too. Like they just got Ags on Viper. He skipped the Boots of Travel. They had the Pipe on Tide, the Mech Chen. Kind of like a triple aura timing in a sense.
Yeah, shout out to Mid One for not going the Boots of Travel. I feel like that's the normal play. The normal play is to go Boots of Travel, but this game was going so horrifically. You got to get some stat items in. Up your team fight a little bit. FY barely survives through the Vendetta hit.
How does he live there? What?
Power of that status resistance. Even one level of Bulldoze, 40%.
Definitely want to try and force some objectives here if you're MOUZ. One of the better timings in this game. Yeah, you're far behind, but you're still very strong in the group up. There's some tier 1s to collect. 3, in fact. None of these towers have gone down.
And if they don't do so soon, you're about to be fighting into a level 3 Primal Split. He's got level 2 and the Axe is almost done.
Exactly.
It's flying out now.
The power spike for XXS is insane here. It's a really nice timing. Perfectly on time with the level up. So level 3 Brew ult, definitely strong enough to fight into this ball. Like the damage increase is insane. Especially since you can toss the Viper here. Like, MOUZ's ball becomes a lot weaker if the Viper just gets perma-tossed in fights.
Yeah.
They lose so much damage. It becomes entirely SF dependent. Which I think is fine as you go later, because SF is... I mean, this hero's just a giga carry, but in these early fights, it could be problematic if you lose one of your primary damage dealers and SF can't stand his ground.
Xtreme, they spot Yamich. Yamich gets off the spike carapace. Still going to be in trouble here. Viper Strike on in. They still want to take this fight. Understandably so. It's just a Nyx assassin. But they got to be careful as Ame is lurking here. So is Boom, though, backing him up. He shows himself, puts a little pressure on Ame. The pressure is going to come right back, though. Ame's not afraid of him.
Especially with the Brule sitting here, like, actually ready to take a fight.
Yeah, Boom probably going to get tossed back. Yeah, he's going to be tossed back into him. Now he's going to be forced to Ravage. He's not going to get it off. With the Golem drop over the top, that Ravage, he's got no... Oh, he's already dead.
I mean, even if you Ravage there, you're just hitting pandas and you're already dead.
Luck. I don't think I've ever seen all
yeah,
these something
have
like
you
that.
ever seen him all chat in general? That's wild to me. You must really hate him.
I mean, legitimately, Xtreme came into this game.
They woke up today.
Yeah.
Early morning.
Wonder if there's some extra motivation somewhere in there. Mid one, he's going to die to Ame as well. Likely. Oh, God, the Fate of Bundles, the Battle Through hits. Yamich walks in. He just dies alongside the rest. Now, Chrysalis, they're going to stun, play it slow, let Ame go after him. Toss stop the Requiem, and there you go. That is a team wipe without Chen. Xtreme Gaming will take 4 off the board and go do Tormentor up 9K. This game's looking pretty dusted.
I mean, it's getting real rough. Again, you can always toss one of these cores. And there's not much MOUZ can do about it. Like, how do you have damage in the fight? This Avalanche is a really good tool against the Tide Hunter, too. I think people forget. They're not used to this matchup being better for Tiny now than it used to be. It used to be very Tide favored.
Yep.
But with this new combo, I think it goes the other way a bit more.
Yeah, tossing Tiny out of position and then guaranteeing stun.
That's so brutal.
It's really rough.
And there's your BKB for the Ursa, so now he's just a god in the fight.
A little mini static storm.
The Panda's doing work this game. It was first pick, but there's nothing really to counter it. That's another thing we didn't consider is, like, you gave him Shadow Fiend. You did get some good counters to SF. They got Brew, but, like, who is threatening Brew in this game? And to me, this hero, I think he's been pretty strong in this patch. We just don't see him as much as we should. But I feel like every game we see him with this Axe build, it's pretty spooky. Like, he just kind of takes fights over. He does a lot of damage. There's a lot of ways you can itemize this hero. He can build the auras. He can scale. He can be a nuisance as a frontliner. He can be like a Roche Secure.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It'll just be AC second here for XXS. That's pretty cool. A way to deal with the minus armor here. Also amp up the Ursa's physical burst.
Yeah, Mitch, you're going to have to be very... You're going to have to... I mean, what is he doing? I thought he was going to cut a wave or something, but he's up against the Spirit Breaker.
Maybe looking for couriers or somebody coming out the lane to farm. But just going to be a group smoke from XG here with the BKB timing on Ame. So damn strong.
Heading to the SF. Oh, he kills the wave, backs off.
Dire are scanning.
So they check out the triangle, see if the SF is going to farm the Ancients. He's not. Successful scan, and MOUZ will be able to dodge this play.
Just going to be such an early second Roche here. Can MOUZ get to anything to contest that? You're looking for Crimson on the Viper. You went Vlad's on Tide, so it's double aura cores here, all in on the SF damage. Which, again, I think normally is fine, except he can get tossed. Like,
FY, feigning ignorance. But it will get jumped here. Charge away, not in time. Hard to do so against the Spike Carapace.
Well, some lasting presence. Souls for Crystallis. Something going for him. They do have a gem on the Warlock, though. They might give it to the Brew. Pretty good gem holder in this game.
Yeah, unlikely XXS dying anytime soon. In fact, has not died at all. 1-0-8.
Ah, he's had a great game.
You get double armor items, AC, and Shivas. Xtreme is going to be cooking.
They had it planned versus SF.
Yeah.
It might not... Like, I don't think it's some complete outdraft against Shadow Fiend where, oh, you know, you can't first pick Shadow Fiend because otherwise you get Ursa Spirit Breaker. Like, it's not that brutal, but they're adding up a lot of little things to make his life difficult. It's a solo damage SF that can get tossed. The Brew's a tough target with this AC. Then they're going to have double armor for his minus armor. They're going to have a lot of BKB Pierce. So if you're Crystallis in this game, do you even want to go early BKB on this Shadow Fiend? Doesn't feel useful here. So he's thinking about going Silver Edge. another entryway into the fight, more mobility, but he's super susceptible to just getting all in from this BKB Ursa, who's gonna at some point have an Abyssal as well. Already Basher done. I like all the little things XG are doing to mitigate this SS value in this game. It has a solo 4 protect 1. Find the breaker again, FY. Doing some scouting, might live. There's a Lotus.
Going to Ravage farm. Oh, toss back on the Viper. What an entry from nothing to say. Ame trying to bring down this Viper as quick as possible. And it looks like they got him stuck here. He already used to jump away. The Fate of Wands is doing some damage to the rest of the back line. And with the toss, they'll finish him off.
They could toss the SF again here.
Toss up the Tide. Make sure there's no Ravage to deal with. It's purged away. Throw the Avalanche on him. Now trying to finish him off. They get off the Ravage. Follow-up stun into the Requiem. Ame's going to take a lot here, but the jump in from XXS, he's going to disrupt the SF. Ame turns back, kills the Tidehunter. Chrysalis has nothing left to defend himself. XXS just blinks on him, and there's nothing they can do about it.
No chance to win that fight the second that tossed Avalanche happens. Because the Tiny can disengage. This is a 4-staff Tiny. He goes in, he sets that combo up, he's instantly out of the fight. And then your Viper's just getting beat on by Brulings. What's the counterplay? You're going to Ravage Brulings? Are you going to use your Requiem on Brulings? Like, there's no clear target. Super disruptive. I'll just abate on this breaker, too. With 3 points in the Bulldoze, Drum Charge, little extra healing. He gets out. Then all of a sudden, you're stuck in a rough team fight here. Tiny up to the high ground. The Bonds hits 4, gets dispelled on 1, but everybody else is still linked to this Viper.
I love that Ame backs off here. Like, he knows the Viper's dead. He doesn't overextend himself. He just resets and looks for another opportunity.
Let the Brew control the fight, right?
Yeah. This, where he jumps in on the Avalanche, the Rego. Confident that he's going to be able to survive through the response. Now he's enraged, so he's clean.
I mean, Crystallis just can't hit anybody. He's either tossed for the first half, or the second half he's getting split off from the Tidehunter. Very difficult to connect the control and the damage here for MOUZ. Their ball is strong, but it's only strong if they can be the ones forcing the objectives. Like, if they're the ones doing Roche and actually have to fight into them, I think it would go a bit better.
Oh, yeah.
You can position better around the Shadow Fiend, but everything has been a reaction so far this game.
You lose the early game like this. Snowballs, 16,000 net worth lead for Xtreme, 18-8, and they're looking for that next Roshan.
It's a pretty slow spawn, but it was done so early in this game. It's still up fast, and it is on the Radiant side here. Shiva's done for that Tiny, AC done for the Brood. The armor items are online.
Dude, Xnova has had such a successful game. Look at his net worth. He's 9,000 net worth. The Tide is 10-7.
Shard helps boost that up a little bit, but yeah. It's cooking. 2,000 gold in the bank. Get another 4-staff or something. XG, they're just smoking into MOUZ. Normally I'd say this is okay for MOUZ, but the tossbacks have been super disruptive. They do have a blink on the Tide, so they can go for an initiation of their own, but you don't really want to just go blink in and Ravage.
I mean, if they can catch the Tiny first, if Yamich was to spot him, that would be an excellent grab. Mid one's actually going to hit him here. Oh, 4-staff puts him the wrong way. He still has a haste rune, though. He can get out. They're going to drop the Golem to disrupt some of this. The Eul Scepter went off. That's going to stop it. Now they hit the Ravage on him. Nothing to say is down first. Yamich will survive for now. Fate of Bond still on him. Okay, they got him. They finish him up with the rest of the Primal Split, running him down mid one. He's going to be kited around a lot. And here comes Ursa with a BKB. That's a Viper dead. And Ame blinking for more, chasing after the SF. They're going to toss up the SF, go for Tide. Nope, they changed their mind. Ame says, I want the SF. FY with the charge, stops him from running. And Ame with the triple godlike. Maybe a beyond. Nope. Boom's going to be able to blink back to base successfully. 1 for 4 exchange, and that's with MOUZ finding the opening to kill nothing to say first.
That could have even gone worse. If he 4-staffs to the low ground, which was his plan, I think he got screwed up with the pathing there. Like, he effectively will avalanche them all, get to low ground, and then that fight's a disaster for MOUZ. They're able to pick him off with some nice stuns and Euls to dispel the haste rune here from Yamich. Doesn't get the Vendetta hit, but you got to do what you got to do. It just takes so many spells to bring this guy down. And at this point, toss the SF, fight's kind of over, right? Ursa's just going to go to town on these isolated heroes. The SF can't deal any damage to him back. He gets tossed twice here in sequence. Tide has no Ravage to bail you out. It's like, all right, time to just kill this SF with our good carry matchup. You have unlimited stuns at this point. Like, that first hit for MOUZ has to win the fight. Like, they have to get at least 2 heroes off the Ravage. The SF has to be in the middle of it.
Goes into stun here, still has BKB and Bulldoze, so he can get out of this.
Oh, that's demoralizing.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're just so far behind on net worth now. And Swift Blink done for the Ursa. Aegis intact for 4 minutes. Ame is ready to slice and dice here.
No BKB on Spirit Breaker, guys. We can
That's true.
force a fight.
Look for the play.
Well, this is not the fight that they wanted. Running into the 2 tankiest frontliners.
Such tough targets for the Knicks to go on. The Brew with all the extra magic resist. Whew. You don't want to go on this tiny.
And not anymore. And the progression for Chrysalis has been null. He's gotten a Shadow Blade, I feel like, in the last, what, 8 minutes or
What
something?
progression? There is no
5
progression.
minutes faster on Swift Blink. The records continue to roll in for Ame's Ursa.
Having himself a perfect game here.
Yes.
905, 700 GPM. He's cruising.
Do Tormentor real quick for his team.
Even gave him the all chat. That's how you know he's in the zone right now.
Yeah. Now FY gets a shard.
Dire are scanning.
Little extra upgrade.
Midwan hops right into XXS. He has to Viper Strike right away. They know they can't really kill the Brewmaster. Ooh, barely got up to the high ground. Still got tossed, though. Still got knocked down the high ground, and now, okay, up, down, up, down, up, down.
It's just so easy to pop this Knicks with the second the Avalanche lands.
Is under attack.
It's just a free go.
Oh, yeah, did you talk about that? That's another matchup that was never that good for Nyx Assassin, but at least he could spike Carapace midway through Avalanche.
It's way worse now.
Dire structures are falling.
They're just going to split for the buildings with the banner. Early glyph here, so these buildings
Toss
are
back on the Tidehunter into Ame.
Too easy, man. Too easy.
Yeah, he's not even going to Ravage, because what's the point? 60 seconds. I mean, MOUZ. They got a tier 2 bottom, but these heroes, this base, it's not long for this world. And even with the break on him, Chrysalis just going to go for a point-blank Requiem. That's the only hope. Unfortunately for them, they have a Nyx Assassin on the same team, so plenty of sentries out on the field.
I bashed. That about sums up this game.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower.
Dominating performance from XG. This is looking like a way crisper, more aggressive, more fluid team than we saw yesterday. Maybe you can argue against a slightly weaker opponent here as MOUZ. I don't think are performing up to the standards we know this team can.
Yeah, no, not at all.
They've looked a little shaky, but I still like XG's ideas better about what they wanted to do with their lineup compared to yesterday, where it just looked like, what are we even doing in these games, you know?
Yeah, it's like it's a combination of like, this is one of the worst MOUZ performances and one of the best Extreme Gaming performances, and it is turned into a very one-sided slaughter as a result. I think back, Blitz was talking about how, you know, Extreme being in the facility. Extreme is there way earlier than Liquid. Maybe they're just early morning team.
They're looking to take an early throne here.
They look fantastic, man. You GG out, but the throne's going to die to Ame before the GG even hits.
One of the better games we've seen from them in terms of they gave some strong heroes. They
Points by Aiden about the strategies that are going to clash within this game. Then Ted. Hey, Ted. Parrots and pigeons. Both birds. Why can one talk and not the other? Something to think about.
Why? Well, a parrot isn't really talking, it's mimicry.
Well, maybe that's what Kez is doing.
No, he's an intelligent creature. He speaks. He even has an American accent. So maybe he speaks, but he doesn't think.
That's a good one, Ted. All right, welcome everybody back to MOUZ versus Extreme. Game 2, Extreme just smacked MOUZ around in Game 1. Will this be a repeat?
Looks less likely. I like the draft. They have a lot more tempo, a lot more early game presence, especially with the Enchantress on Celery versus the Chen. Just a faster hero, a hero that can gank, impact lanes more. go through the gate. They have a lineup that can group up earlier than I think that last one, with DK pushing towers, Bristle. You get pipe, you can just kind of go here. And I think XG, they don't have a lot of stuns. They do have the Viper for the laning. They do have Kez for the laning. And they do have some break mechanics between the Viper and the Primal as this game goes later, which could be really annoying for MOUZ to deal with, but you can kind of itemize your way through a little bit.
I mean, I love anytime you can have a homegrown break mechanic against Bristleback. This hero no longer feeling comfortable to be able to frontline. I don't know. I feel like I actually like Xtreme's lineup quite a bit. I like the Phoenix Primal Beast synergy. I feel like that one's always really nice. Not only a BKB piercing stun, but also kind of an AoE stun.
I like it too. I don't like the lack of disable. With SD Phoenix support duo, they only have one stun. It's an interruptible stun. That just sounds rough to me. They do have triple break. I forgot about the SD Ags eventually later on too, but
yeah.
So they definitely have counter picks. Like XG went for more of, I'm just going to counter your cores. We're going to scale better. We're going to have great interactions as the game goes down the line. But I can also see them potentially get run over. That's a risk. They played really well last game, so if they play as well, they will not get run over. But this Enchantress is kind of a different beast. Way faster hero. It's already having more impact here. That's a first blood for the Dragon.
You can see Celery was trying to set that up for a while, and finally they were able to close that gap and get the Dragon Tail stun that nets the first blood. Really nice, but the Primal Beast is still free farming. Got the creep wave pulled all the way back in front of the tower, so he's feeling good about that. Nothing to say, 11-7 as Mid1 continues to struggle on the puck.
He's really struggling. He did not play that first wave well.
No, not at all.
That got zoned off into the river. It was mega awkward, and now he is just getting his ass beat trying to get to this bottle, which is coming out now. But man, there's a lot of damage that's been done here. 5 CS to 8 denies at the 3-minute mark that is something. That is something.
I would say the conversation of mid laners who are better at strong lanes, weak lanes, Mid1's definitely a strong lane kind of player. And him playing the weak side of things, I think it showcases.
Was that true back in the day, though? Like, I feel like he used to kind of just play his Kunkka Invoker monkeys into anything. And
yeah, he would do like Malrine type things where you just kind of get out of lanes.
It's not how I think of him. I don't think of him as a lane matchup last pick dominator. I think of him more as early or mid pick, mid player that can kind of play into anything and give you solid presence around the map and some solid scale with his mechanical ability. Maybe that identity's changed for him in his resurgence here compared to when he was in his prime, but
yeah, I feel like him on MOUZ, he's been, when he gets a good matchup, I think he's been really dominant in that. Nothing to say, he's going to get sandwiched here. This is kind of awkward. Hits him with the blood grenade. Yamich doesn't continue to go for the dive, though. Gets a ward behind tower. Now the orb from the puck doesn't land. Nothing to say. They do hit the stun, but now with the dive on Mid1, Mid1 is probably going to die to Xnova here.
That's Fairy Fire.
Fairy Fire, and an orb is up, so he's okay. He just got enough mana for that.
They did Celery rotating in. They wanted to abuse this low HP Viper. I feel like NTS needed to ferry out some regen at some point here. He was winning the lane so hard. He gets a salve now. So that +1 plus Bracer, he will be good as long as he can get it off without dying.
Once again, an orb doesn't land, but this time the dive from the Enchantress looks very similar to game one. A mirror of it. A matchup that one-on-one is going heavily the Viper's way, but chipped down just enough that the rotations come in for the kill.
He needed more regen earlier here. He just got chipped so much on this lane. He was winning it, but out-resourced here. The bottle coming in for the puck, and then nice little rotation from Celery. He's getting himself in that triangle early, just as Insania talked about. This is the strongest position for Enchantress in the early game. You have unlimited rotation potential behind your safe lane behind mid. So you have the two best lanes to gank in terms of the speed to get there from a hard camp with the early creep strength. And with the Wisdom Shrine being kind of added to that area. Like, it's really nice to get back here early, get the deep wards out, and then you can just set up all your gank paths later. You occupy that area, they're not building any stacks. When you're off map, you're threatening multiple lanes, so in terms of enemy comms, trying to keep track of you can be difficult unless they have some ward that's planted early and super defensive. I guess maybe Gate changed it a little bit from the older patches, though. Like when you're off map on your side, the Gate threat gives you that extra connection to 2 lanes you didn't have before.
Sure.
But to me, this is the ultimate power of Enchantress, the ability to threaten multiple.
Oh, Yamage. He'll just TP away. He was really hoping he could snag away the power rune, but even better, it goes bottom lane where mid one was sitting with his bottle.
Pretty even laning phase across the board. The Primal's creep cutting, that's why that CS is so high. So XXS is getting a lot right now. No one's going to go over here and contest him. He is the net worth leader all of a sudden. Off of that. Oh,
I'll push him into the tier 2. Oh, I thought he was going to deny the range creep at the same time. Instead, opting for damage because they're actually going to try and kill the Primal Beast. Surprised by that, but I guess the Nyx Assassin is an appropriate answer. That's why XXS can't really charge off the cliff. Otherwise, Yamage would just spike carapace him.
he did not.
They're just going to follow him until either the orb lands for the kill or another stun. Oh, Roshan, he tried to wake up Roche. He tried, but failed.
Surprised he didn't just TP out after the impale. Maybe unsure of where the puck was, but I'm pretty sure he saw mid.
Radiant's middle tower.
Chrysalis tries to nab the Wisdom Shrine. This was never going to work for you. Now he's going to have to TP. But that, again, lack of disables on this lineup. He did TP to tier 1. He's going to have to pop whatever region he has here.
This double Lotus Tango, he's chilling. That was a good call, actually. The extra region here.
And he's already got the Morbid Mass, too.
Unless he dies. Could be an opportunity for actually to just dive him with the Primal coming back into lane.
100%.
So he has to play a little safe here.
Nothing to say. Oh my god, he's actually going to be blocked in? Not quite, but still, the Centaur stun. Mid one joining in with his amp damage, doing a lot to blow up the Viper. They don't even need the coil, it seems, as another round of the orb to finish him off. Celery actually is the one to get the last hit.
It's Enchantress. Having some early game impact here, way different tempo and style. As XG finding 0 kills here early. Power Rune's going the Puck's way. His support duo is getting some roam action. And it's just, all you can do is farm your way back in this game if you're Xtreme Gaming. Your support duo doesn't have lockdown, doesn't really have early spell power here. Especially going up against the Puck. Very tough to interact with mid one.
He almost got the Power Rune into the bottle, but FY gets the deny just in time.
He's in trouble though. Enchantress still lurking in behind
they're
the tower.
still going to keep diving this area, because why not?
Hero's just so strong against these two supports.
He could have TP'd. He'll TP now.
It's the name of the game, man. There's no stuns in this lineup.
Yeah, it's rough. Rough.
All these wards placed behind this tier 1 mid. This is the point of attack for MOUZ with this Enchantress. They missed it with the sentries too. Like, you look at all these dire sentries, just missed all these wards planted by Celery. That's the advantage of getting back there early on. Very hard to keep track of where that vision goes down, and then you just keep playing around it. It becomes incredibly annoying. All of a sudden, you're TPing in heroes to try and react to him, but you have no stuns, you can't convert on the kills. This game just starts to spiral a little bit.
Dragon Tail, follow-up Impale, Spike Carapace, XXS. Still feeling strong, though, with 2 supports behind him. Will just punish the Nyx Assassin for stepping up. And that will be a gigantic creep wave on the tower, too. So Chrysalis is going to lose his tower.
Radiant structures are fortified.
No, actually, the Glyph, and here comes the Enchantress, so they're going to try and defend this. And Phoenix going, oh, I thought this was going to be free. Went through the gate, now he's going to have to come back to ensure at least the last hit in the tower. FY gets it.
Yeah, Centaur almost with the deny there. Well, Primal having himself a very nice game after all this said and done. So XXS as your 1 stun / playmaker. At least he's online. That'll hopefully bring this XG lineup together. The more MOUZ can shut down the Primal in this game, the happier they're going to be. Do have some good spells against him. The Enchant Purge is pretty nice. The Nyx Assassin stuns, Coil. Like, I don't think it's a free Primal game by any means. Kind of hard to charge into this lineup. But if he gets farmed, he's going to be a monster.
Is under attack.
Tower for tower, perhaps, with the Enchantress having the troll creep.
Easy pickings right there. Celery definitely getting a lot done here.
I think this is one of the first times that I've seen MOUZ with their Nyx Assassin actually have a lead off of the laning phase. Normally it's like they're behind, Image hits level 6, then they turn the game.
It's the Enchantress difference, right? This hero doesn't have to kind of sit back and farm like Chen. I mean, Chen can make moves like this. It's just, you're not ganking heroes. You're not offering that much extra killing power with the creep and the extra slow. The game's just naturally slower. This hero can speed it up, get you through that early game. Downside is you don't have as much scaling teamfight presence. Depends how much farm you pick up. If you farm heavily with the Enchantress, like Snake King does, then you can give more in that teamfight, but that requires you to play more of that style than I'm going to run around and try and continually do stuff. I end up Ame up here, trying to delay that Battle Fury and get this last tier 1.
Going for the dive, got him on the stun. You're going to need a really good disruption here. Raptor Dance does a lot, though. Ame is back up to full health between the heals of Xnova and the lifesteal. Charging after the puck, not able to grab him, so they'll get the Enchantress. 2 kills for Xtreme Gaming off of a 5-hero stack in the top lane. They gave up their mid tower. They will not give up their safe lane.
I like XG defending that. Your Kez was full resources. No reason to give up these tier 1s for free. Especially when you have Viper who can just TP in and be an absolute menace around these towers.
Oh, whoa, whoa, Midwan, that was not...
What?
That was...
I feel like that's where you just... I mean, what else is that play? That's just a freebie. A gift from the heavens for nothing to say.
It really was.
Just gobbles it up.
It was funny because it was off of a little bit of a mistake before. Midwan took a bit of damage that he didn't need to. Nothing to say, offer to high-five him, and then things got worse.
I feel like he's just been struggling this tournament.
Yeah.
Compared to what we expect from him, and you know, when they won the LAN and they were just cruising, he was owning.
Yeah.
He's been a lot more hit or miss. Like again, especially the Storm Spirit games, some of them were he's 17-2, others he's like 0-8. It's just the volatility is insane right now for him. Could just be like a patch thing, or maybe the flow of the team isn't there. Sometimes you look worse as an individual, but it's your read as a team just isn't exactly on par with the meta, and all these little things are off, and then it just throws you off.
Maybe, but
that was an individual
the puck
mistake.
situation.
Yeah,
This one's definitely just a mechanical misread of the situation.
Oh, that was a big stack for XG to clear. They have some solid levels now. The Viper's still a little poor, but after that kill, he's doing fine. And your playmaker in the Primal's having a very good game. The Kez Battle Fury's done. XG up gold right now. Kind of chilling. They also have a lot of support levels. Like, especially after that stack. FY's 8.5. Wow. I don't really know where he got all this XP, but there's another Wisdom Shrine coming up soon, and they have level 8 Shadow Demon, almost level 7 Phoenix. They are ahead of the Nyx and the Enchantress here, despite how much Celery got done. FY, he's kind of matching him in terms of that stacking into the high XP here. Very nice to be high level on this hero.
Xnova did opt for Midwan. Okay, there is the Spike Carapace to stop Xnova. Midwan was in a little bit of danger there. The Phoenix opted for the max out Fire Spirits and Dying Light build rather than the Sunray build. Kind of would have liked the Sunray build with Primal Beast Viper.
I think he's worried about Nyx continually canceling it.
Yeah, that's fair, actually.
But Nyx can also just carapace you off of Dying Light, so I'm not sure this ends up being that much better. I prefer that hotspot build, but as I said, if you plan to farm more with Dying Light, push more waves, you get more value out of it over the long term.
Sure. Walking into Ward Century. Although that's his Radiant one. Never mind. Damage. Not going to find anything with this Vendetta.
I feel like he wants to be hunting the Kez with these.
Yeah, that's my assumption as well. Him and the puck. Well, that two-man team is going to smoke. Xtreme already set up with their own smokes. Sitting mid. The creep wave hitting the tower. Nobody shows, so they move into the triangle, saying, okay, if they're not going to defend their mid-tower, they must be farming stacks or something.
There's a
Nothing there.
Pipe Bristle, though.
So they go to the Bristleback, the hardest hero to finish.
Yeah, you really don't want to jump boom near a tower. that fight can go really wrong for you. Smokes are going to break on each other here. I think you just bail here if you're XG, or try and bait them in. Again, Boom is super strong under tower with pipe. This is the target that MOUZ wants you to go on.
They're going to oblige. They break the Bristle back, slow him down. Raptor Dance does a lot of damage here alongside the Demonic Purge. They're going to get this Bristle back. That was pretty easy, but now the second part of the fight. The coil goes out, Supernova in response, but they lost Ame. Chrysalis is crawling back here, half HP, but he's able to get out of the range of the Supernova as well as the poison. Mid one jump forward and wants to keep poking at these guys, see what happens. They're going to stay a unit, stay grouped up, no openings here.
Very nice timing on the Carapace from Yamich to stop the Pulverize, and then once that's gone, that's your only stun, so the fight becomes pretty free. They took that Bristle down a lot more convincingly than I thought, but it still cost them Ame. Like, that go is still inherently bad, you know, even if you get it. It's just the type of fight MOUZ want. You go in on this tanky Bristle, and then Puck gets a free fight. DK gets to come in and start hitting people. You're going to coil somebody. Like, I still don't think that's the trade you were looking for as XG. MOUZ are kind of happy to get something on this Kez in the early game because he was running away with it. I mean,
ultimately, they used 3 ults right off the bat on him. Viper Strike, Demonic Purge, Raptor Dance.
Just takes so much to bring him down. You're pretty high HP. Maybe you could have disengaged there. Or maybe it's this overcommittal at the end. Ame just underestimating their damage.
Back in real time, we have the Viper marching down the Enchantress Celery, getting a bit too aggressive in the mid lane.
Just trying to post up here, take some space away from them.
Close.
But XG just grouped right now, protecting each other, not giving an opening to this Nyx Assassin.
XXS goes for the blink on him, not gonna get it. It wouldn't have worked anyway. This Nyx Assassin is just holding on top of the puck, so.
Actually, just trying to recover this Viper a bit right now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Still looking a little poor. As mid one, his recovery. Also a little hit or miss, but he got a couple of kills there. So both these mid laners, the poorest in the game.
Getting the last hit on this tower will help.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Pretty nice.
It also clears out the safe lane tower before that 20-minute Tormentor area.
Is under attack.
Biggest item for XG will be the BKB on the Primal, so he can guarantee go in and lay down stuns for their lineup, bring it together. For MOUZ, it's probably like blink on Puck, and then if Crystallis is confident to join fights before BKB, you can kind of start running at...
Ame very far forward here. He's going to be coiled. FY's behind him, ready to go with the Disruption. Threatening the earlier Raptor Dance, he gets silenced, but really not that much damage being done. He has Essence Ring, an extra Lotus.
Oh, look at this aggression. Careful there, son.
Yeah, gets mid one low.
Radiant's middle
Does have a lot of extra HP to work with that Lotus Essence, but as we saw in that earlier fight, you get bursted pretty quickly here.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
MOUZ opting not to defend their mid tower. 5-stack of Extreme Gaming finds more objectives.
Tormentor in a minute. That's what you got to think about here.
Radiant's middle tower is under
How
attack.
close are you to the Primal BKB? You are 600 off. Don't know if XXS can get it for this Tormentor fight. And if he can't, then I think MOUZ are favored. Especially if they can set up for it or get a pick off with Nyx that leads into it, that would be ideal. Might find NTS down here. Normally a tough target to go on under a tower, but again, he's relatively poor, and I think Nyx gives you so much extra damage, it's doable. Oh, they bail.
Yeah,
No
I think the whole idea, right? They push out the bottom lane. If a hero shows, then they're not Tormentor. They go back through the gate. They control the area. Which, they get a shard. Might be a Nyx's Acid Break, which is pretty nice against some of these heroes. Breaks on both sides are value.
Should be easy Tormentor. They cleared out a lot of the top air with the Nyx Vendetta. Celery put ice armor on all these cores as well right now. Super nice spell in this game. He wants to continually try and find his little Ogre Frost Mages.
And the smoke through the gate. Successful scan read on it.
And they did get the break for the Nyx, so
So they're going to catch up to him with the coil. NTS just not fast enough to get out of here.
He's a Treads Viper, not that Blue Bots Viper.
Oh, and they're going to go straight to Roche off of that. I mean, why not? You killed the Viper. That's the strongest Xtreme hero right now. Alongside XXS's BKB, can they take a fight?
Oh, yeah, they can take it.
Yeah, they're going to go for it with the two-man Fire Spirits on 4 different heroes. They're going to run down this Nyx Assassin pretty easily. Now Chrysalis is going to get popped. That was way too easy.
Again, that almost felt like the play in game 1 with the Warlock bonds. Like, you're just so clumped. It's just mega value for these AoE spells.
Now mid one's going to join them here, but nice stun onto mid one. They didn't have a follow-up, though, from Ame. No silence. Roshan is the follow-up, though. He gets some damage on him.
Tested him up.
And boom, is going to be run down underneath the Supernova. There's no way out of here. Okay, MOUZ giving them another kill on top of the 2 that they already had on this Roshan pit. And all of a sudden, Xtreme Gaming are the ones to take Roche.
And the Viper's back. Fight goes on so long, NTS can just come back into this with full resources. You don't have the spells to bring him down anymore. Again, I liken that sequence to the game 1 Warlock Bond sequence where you make a good play, you're about to take an objective, but you're just a little too lazy about how you're doing it, and you give this AoE opening to XG, and they jump. They're going to take that.
That's not going to be enough damage, Yamich. You're not getting this Wisdom Shrine. Disruption gets used. Let's see if he can TP on. Oh, it's TP on cooldown, so never mind. He's just giving away his life for nothing. There was no play there.
That's rough. That's rough. Because this Kez is not the hero you want to be giving extra gold to. He got a bunch of kills. He gets Aegis.
Man, he's going to have BKB already.
He's jacked. He is super farmed off of this. I mean, Fire Spirits hit on 4, Pulverize hits on 4, Trample Onslaught on 2. And then your DK, he doesn't have BKB for this fight, so he just gets obliterated by some of the Sun Ray damage plus Kez going into him.
Now it's just making it too easy for Xtreme. Even this play where they go back into it trying to fight basically 2 versus 4.
FY is not poor in this game. Kind of have to respect the HP on this SD. Like, he lived through all that bristle damage. He has Essence Ring. He has a lot of HP. He has a full Solar Crest. Wand. This is a 2000 HP Shadow Demon. So even that kind of play, I felt like was just a little mystery in terms of how easy they're going to bring that hero down. Try and find something. Still up gold here. MOUZ will have a nice timing with the Dragon Knight BKB and Lotus on the Bristle. This game becomes a lot easier for them to play in terms of going into XG 5-on-5. But the question is, have you given XG too much here? Especially on this Primal. Like, XXS is just terrorizing this game.
Tried to catch mid one. And they might have got him with the Viper Strike landing. He's going to be so slow. Nice stuns. Oh, the rock. Beautiful stuff. Another orb is up in a second, but I think they've got him. Yeah, damage over time catches him out. Yamich will die alongside him here. More pickoffs for Xtreme and MOUZ. Well, at least Celery's in a position to rat.
Just feels like XG are playing slightly better today.
Slightly better?
No, the margins are never that big, you know. They're playing better as a team, I'll put it that way.
For sure.
Like, they're making cleaner moves. I think the ideas for MOUZ are fine. I think they've gotten drafts they're comfortable with. Normally, we just see them execute better with these. But they're a little bit behind in all these little plays. Giving some big openings that actually are taking advantage of. They now find themselves with the lead. BKB done on Ame, almost level 18 here. He's going to aim for Butterfly, which seems pretty good here.
Smoke up for MOUZ to get out on the map, but
this is the BKB Lotus timing.
They prepared to take this fight. Ame's going to be a little separated from the rest. If they can jump FY right away, try and blow him up. They've got him. Ame jumps in the middle of them. Doesn't really get too much done here, but they have the break onto the Dragon Knight. Another get the grab on top of the Supernova. Everything they have to try and go for this Dragon Knight. He's trying to limp away, but the damage is just too immense.
Great
Mid-one,
onslaught.
man, XXS just tore them up here.
Damn.
What a charge through that hit everybody on the side of MOUZ. XXS destroyed MOUZ.
You might get the rampage here. Actually, you want to try and give it to him.
Celery, he's a kill that will take a while to get, especially with that Dispel.
What a primal performance.
Yeah.
Just destroying these fights.
He's now going to heal himself. They might get the kill. Might be so long he doesn't get Rampage.
I think he still gets it here. Well, okay. Well, what can you do? I mean, Ame says no fun for you. I am the carry, son. Sit back down. But damn. See the team damage from that fight. 3,400 coming out from this primal. That onslaught just wrecked them. They are so clumped into it.
Yeah, how did they all into the Dragon Knight, but then they killed everybody else so quickly as well?
And that's a BKB Dragon Knight. He just got melted in the BKB.
Yeah, he's broken.
The break definitely does some work. I mean, no one's killing that egg.
And then this right here, the rock on mid-one, and then the onslaught charge through. Man.
Just a slaughter. FY's like, good job, bro. I set that up for you. Great bait. Very clutch for FY to get the disruption off on Yamich initially, though. Or that play happens a little faster for MOUZ, and then maybe they can position a little better. Like, all those little things matter a lot. Now they have a gem on the Phoenix.
And a BKB on the Viper.
These BKBs are pretty nasty. What do MOUZ have to put into them?
Yeah, they do not have a ton of damage going their way right now. There's no big damage item yet. Dragon Knight's still working towards that Daedalus, which is the first big damage item the Dragon Knight can get to.
He really needs Daedalus in this game.
Yeah.
The concern is, again, you're giving so much gold to this Primal. Like, he's already almost to Ags off that fight because of the Ultra Kill. And this game was not... This was not supposed to be a great game for the Primal in a lot of these early fights, but if he gets to his items, he's an absolute monster in this game.
Yeah.
He is getting there, man.
XXS gets the jump. Okay, he's instantly going to stop with the Dragon Tail, but they have the silence follow-up that kills mid-one anyway.
Cannot bail him out. Just impossible.
The rocks again. Dude, XXS is too good. He's too good with these rocks.
His blink.
It's going to slow him down. BKB has to be used by Chrysalis. Yamich is going to stay behind to slow down these heroes.
Get out with everybody else. But it does cost you another Dragon Knight BKB wearing down that duration. Now it's going to finish the Ags for the Primal here, pretty much. He's got it very soon. These heroes are just going to get tanky as well. That's another concern. Like, there's just going to be too much HP between this Viper and Primal.
FY's got it. He got him again.
Dude, FY's had his number. He's just not giving these up for free. You're lucky to get out of there.
You are indeed.
But I think that one is okay to try here.
Yeah.
Like, it's late enough in the game, even if you die, you're only level 12 on this Nyx. What else are you doing in this time period? You pretty much just have to try and get as much damage on this
alone
DK.
here. Coming out of the jungle, quick Dragon Tail, grappling claw away. Let's see if he has to use his BKB or if he feels like he's safe enough. Seems like he's maybe safe enough. No, another Dragon Tail hits. He gets the parry off though. Now mid-one's going to join in. There goes the BKB. And Ame, well, now he's going to turn this back around. Got to bash out onto the Dragon Knight. So many stuns, man. Underneath the Supernova. They get a stun, turn around Dragon Tail, but now here's XXS to finish the job.
Did kill the egg on the backside.
Nice rock, hits solidly onto Boom. Spike Carapace in the middle of all these heroes. They're going to go after Ame with Minbon jumping back in, but he got off the Raptor dance. He'll heal up. Now a disruption to dodge the last bit of damage. Celery, he's in deep. He's committed. They're still trying to catch him. I think Ame is fine for now. Mid-one just doesn't have the damage to do it.
Double Raptor dance fight. That is something. The only thing that went well for MOUZ is the puck is able to kill the egg. So maybe you have some hope of trying to turn that fight, but so much damage coming out from this. Kez, he's just shredding that Dragon Knight. I mean, if you enter the fight as Dragon Knight, you can't just sit there and right-click people. I don't think you will ever win these engagements.
Nah.
Trying to, like, poke him and force something out here. You know, the puck's connecting. All right, we got his BKB. If you can disengage here, That's a good go for MOUZ, but you cannot disengage. The chase down is insane from this hero.
Yep.
Almost had another impale there too. Could have made a big difference. But Ags for the Primal delivered at the end of that, so XXS is online. Heroes are incredibly tanky now, especially with SD Phoenix behind them. So much utility, so much heal. Straight into the Roche pit. Trying to put an Aegis on Ame here. This feels like a Roche that MOUZ somehow need to contest, but they are not going to be able to.
Yeah, there's no way.
Gotta just get Daedalus on Dragon Knight. Hope he gets some big crits and can set up the fight properly, where all the attention's on the Bristle Enchantress at the start. You get some good Lotus Orb, protect this Dragon Knight, and let him go to town from a high ground, potentially? Probably your best place to fight. High ground ward or high ground defense.
A Tormentor for MOUZ. But that will not solve their issues, which is Xtreme Gaming beating them out in fights so heavily that they feel like they could just go for another lane of barracks.
Yeah, why not?
This fresh Aegis.
They are super strong right now. Nobody's home. Trying to finish up this Daedalus on the Dragon Knight.
XXS just pump faking the rock throw over and over again. I mean, they don't have Dragon Form, so MOUZ are unlikely to fight. 5 more seconds till it's up. Now the Dragon Knight's going to come back in. Now they're going to try and fight as the melee barracks gets low. Poking at Ame, see if they can take away this Aegis without committing too much. Chase him out for now. But whoever gets Viper struck, the combination of getting broken into Ame's physical damage, either for the Bristleback or the Dragon Knight, it's like either one is just going to get focused down and die. There's no saves.
You have Primal Ags too now, though. There's too much break in this game.
Yeah.
That was always the concern. The later this goes, the more break mechanics are going to become available for XG, and then it's harder for your front line to exist. Ame's just going to force the issue.
Building won't last too much longer. They're going to go on Dragon Tail. There's the disruption. XXS with this BKB goes after the Enchantress. Raptor Dance to finish him off. Dragon Knight just goes half HP off of some of the AoE damage. Mid one does manage to jump back, but Yamage is stuck. Bristleback goes back in. They're going after the Viper here. That's going to be a good kill on the Viper, but they can't get away. Oh, what another rock throw. Hits Crystallis underneath the Supernova and allows Ame to close the distance with the Falcon's Rush. Now the Dragon Knight's dead. Now they go after the Bristleback, who frankly doesn't do too much damage. He's just kind of a big, beefy boy.
And he's broken.
And he is broken down to the core.
That might just be the game here.
And they will get the creep wave pushed out, so backdoor protection will stay up until the mid lane pushes in. But
nice little play. Ame's courier gets killed. But he did complete the Satanic here. Still has Aegis for 2 minutes. Nice creep cutting from mid one. Will only hold this off for so long. Just too many targets you have to bring down, and not enough damage to do it. These heroes are not tanky once they get broken. A lot of problems to solve for MOUZ in these team fights, especially that problem, the Kez problem.
Got the grab. Spike Carapace wears out XXS. This Nyx Assassin has been annoying him the entire game. Probably feels good to put him down.
This Primal on a rampage in this game, man. He got given way too much freedom.
One melee barracks down top. Another melee barracks bottom still remains, and they have the banner in mid. So this will be threatening Megas. MOUZ, let's go for an all-in Hail Mary.
Still a minute on the Aegis.
Get the banner. Not that really changes too much. Side lanes are still going to push in. Boom, in the middle of this. slowed down by the Demonic Purge. They do manage to get the Phoenix. Now they're going to break. Viper Strike being used on the Dragonite again. Again, we see this Viper Strike, and he gets low and has to just run away from Ame. Ame's still going to be able to chase him down. Dragon Tail, no, Raptor Dance got him. Dodges the stun, kills him. XXS finally dies as Mid One with his BKB was able to make the commitment. Now buyback on the Dragonite. This is your all-in. This is your Hail Mary. This is your chance to at least get something in this game. They will win the second part of this fight and get some gold back into their coffers. MOUZ, they'll get 4. Ame wisely BKB TP'd out of a lost fight.
You got Gem out of that too, right? Yeah. So honestly, not a bad outcome for MOUZ. You have to use your DK buyback, but you got to use something in this game to get an advantage here, and that is a significant XP and gold swing there. Pretty nice for them as they get the full rundown. You don't get Ame, but I don't think you were ever going to get him here. With 2 lives and BKB TP.
Yeah.
What can you do? Kind of a weird initiation for XXS. He goes really deep, doesn't get the target he wants, can't do anything to the puck, and then his BKB's out, he gets coiled. That's the dream scenario for MOUZ. They get to control this Primal for once, instead of the Primal controlling them. Yeah, you lose your DK on the side, but what's happening in the rest of the fight is great for them. Everybody's pretty high resources. The BKBs are down. Old Ame, he has to choose either to try and fight this out or just leave. Boo! Synderen did not like that empty high ground. And they did not enjoy the Xtreme gaming high ground.
Ted's over there. Wasn't me. It wasn't me. I know. I'm saying it wasn't you. Oh, it was you. What happened? Oh, you accidentally hit the graphic. Ah, I see. I see. It's all good, Ted. We forgive you.
Well, maybe that was a boo for Ted and his terrible button management. Boo.
Self-inflicted boo.
Button management. So bad. Shiva's for the puck on Courier. And he finished Parasma. Like a lot. MOUZ got a lot of gold out of that.
They did.
They're kind of getting to some items here.
They're only down 6K. Oh, late game. Do you still I still will always go back to the fact that Dragonite goes into the fight. He gets Viper struck and focused by Ame. And they can't do anything to stop that. They don't have any disable that stops Ame from BKB attacking the Dragonite.
He has to get stunned before. There has to be like Carapace Impale leadoffs here where you jump Ame, but there is disruption to bail him out. That's the big concern. There's too many things to check. You just have to survive. Like kite it out, get some force stabs if you can.
I mean, the last fight worked for them in part because they almost killed the Bristleback, but he survived because they wanted to focus the Dragonite, and the Dragonite had buyback. And won't have buyback for this next one.
You're getting flanked too. This smoke is potentially nasty. Depends who breaks it though, Celery.
Celery facing the right direction. It's going to break on him, but he tries to get a hop away. It doesn't take him far enough. Meanwhile, I mean, they might have seen Mid. Yeah, they see Mid One up there because the Courier just delivered to him.
He's got Arcane Rune though. He should not die in this fight.
He should not, but see what happens here. XXS jumps in, got the grab on the puck. Uh-oh. Combine that with the disables? No, it's not good enough. BKB does go up. They can't kill the egg, though. And the Dragonite is stuck in the middle of this XXS. Another round of the Pulverize. Now he's breaking the Bristleback. They chase after FY, and they get that kill. Now for the disengage. MOUZ, they've lost this. The TP away. They stop that TP? No. What about this one? That one. They got that one. 4 dead. Only the Bristleback alive. And now it's time for Xtreme to close this thing out.
It kind of looked like MOUZ were getting some items. Like they had Lincolns on the Bristle, they had the Shivas, they're going to call it. But the refresher on XXX, that is just a nail in the coffin. Like that initial part of that didn't look too bad because Puck lives. Like maybe you could turn that fight, you know? The DK is kind of killing the SD. You can kind of kill the egg. Nope, you just get